What down? 180.
Check 53. Man, that's trash.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here's Carr. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. It's a first down following a gain of 3. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Sony Michel, his first carry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is Michel. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
93. Small. Deuce right, T. 53. Mike.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Down. 53. 180. Hey, we're good. 180. Express.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. A good pickup there at 22.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Check 52.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down.
Hey, echo.
Number 53. Mike 53.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. A first update now out of Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Connect. 180. Yeah. I'm coming.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
61. Matchbox light.
On 2nd down, Kamara. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now Ito Smith. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Ito Smith, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, end result, touchdown.
Each team's had it, each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
at the 25-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
On second down, Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. These two teams all tied after one. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Watch Mike. It's the party now. It's the party now. 52's the Mike right here.
Carr going to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft. And he
will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. He finds an opening past the 40. And a cutback right sideline. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On play action, now Carr. He'll buy some time right. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
On 2nd and 12, Carr to the goal line, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Texans on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12.
53 for Mike. 53 for Mike. Hey, I'm coming.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Check 53.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Austin Safarian-Jenkins, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
12 yards that time at a Cincinnati first down. From the red zone now, here's Rosen on first down. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Mike. Mike. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Past the 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 45 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now Joe Mixon, and he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics. Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Hey, exit. You go tight. You got tight.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
A big play there out of Kamara. 54 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. This complete to Lockett. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this 1st half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is indeed good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And now look at him go. A big play there out of Kamara. Give him 69 yards on the ground.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Switch.
Smith trying to run for it. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action, throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And his kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. 20. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. We were just saying off-air during halftime, could they mount a comeback, and how would it start? Well, it started in a hurry.
Yeah, they have to get back into the game, right? So if you're going to do that, you think to yourself, we need points right here on the opening drive. But even in their best game plan, did they expect it to be a one-play drive and put the points on the board? Probably not.
No, probably not, but they got it in a big way. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tall.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. It's caught, Lockett. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Kamara. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 23.
I think we can safely say that those types of players are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s. It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Express.
Shotgun now for Carr. Being chased, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
And this one is right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They run it again with Kamara. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On 3rd down, Rosen. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They run. It's Kamara. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Kamara. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A first down carry for Smith. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. Play action here with Rosen. Out to... Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Rosen. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check. White Monday down.
Here's Carr to throw. Dancing to his left. And this is incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, Mixon. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Check. Check. 53. Check back.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Down. 29. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Got you.
Now this time Carl throw. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7.
Check. 53's Mike.
Operating from the gun. Carr. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Bravo! Mike 52. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Hey, Mike 52. Hey, 734. You ready?
Carr going to go on 4th down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Austin Seferian-Jenkins with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On the ground, Kamara. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd and inches, Rosen, 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. Running with Kamara, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
50, Mike's 50. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, get in the weight room. Mike's 50, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Watch QB draw. Watch QB draw.
He's back to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
One universal in football, when it's a kicking situation, all right, you're kicking a field goal, an extra point, you're punting, you never want to hear a second thud. That means the block has occurred. Imagine being the guys on the bench right now, the defensive unit. They thought they were going to get a cushion when they went back out on the field. That's no longer there.
They had the chance to take a second-half lead, but the special teams unit, they said, not on our watch. So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. 53 is the mic.
Hey, I 7.
To throw his Carr. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 4.
Carr to throw. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. Through an opening, and there he goes. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory.
Come off the ball.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. So Houston going to come away here with the victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Texans, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home.